Holy One. be the first to wish you happy, Merry Christmas Eve week. I think that would be right. Wouldn't that be right? Merry Christmas Eve week. We are 1 week away from Christmas Eve. And what a wonderful place to be. There is no place I would rather be than right here with y'all doing some authentic transformation on Happy Christmas Eve week. So welcome and good morning. We've got a couple of announcements about that next Christmas Eve week and things that are going on this week. This Wednesday night we have a winter solstice sound healing concert with Judy Bernard. If y'all have not listened to some of those gongs and sat in the resonance of that, what a beautiful way to get yourself tuned up for the week to come. So Wednesday night, this Wednesday night, doors open at 6:30. I believe it'll start at 7 with a $25 suggested love offering. Please come on out and join us for that this week. And then we've got special services coming up next week. We've got our regular Sunday morning Christmas Eve service. Even though it's Christmas Eve, we'll be right here, same channel, same station, at 11 a.m. for a special Christmas Eve service. I know that Reverend D and Dr. J have been working on this service for a while, and it promises to be a really moving experience. So I can't wait to see all of you then. Just as a reminder, I believe Unity of Nashville is doing an evening service at 5:30, something like that. So if you wanting a Christmas Eve, actual Eve service, then join them over there on the other side of town. And then coming up the next Sunday is December 31st. It is New Year's Eve. And we'll have our Burning Bowl service during our regular Sunday service at 11 a.m. So there are no actual evening services or special other services like we have sometimes done in the past, because we have Sunday with Christmas Eve and New Year's Eve. So please come on out and join us for that. All right, that's all I got at the moment. Let's stand up and sing again, shall we? Bee, come on up and join us. We need a soprano. Voices of Unity, you know, when these mics are set up, and that's always fun, and I needed to save my voice for that, so thank you, Bee, for helping out with that. Coming up in the new year, of course, we have our lunch bunch meets one more week this week. This Wednesday, lunch bunch will meet and wrap up, I believe. Andrew Harvey's the hope. Nope, gonna continue on. Great. So they're going to be continuing on, but we're going to have 2 weeks off. There is no Wednesday night class this week because, of course, Judy Bernard's concert is this week. And everything will get geared back up around January 10th. So we'll have a couple of weeks off. So come on out Wednesday at 11:30 for lunch bunch, and then come back Wednesday night for Judy Bernard's Healing Sound concert. And I believe that's it. Bea?
Well, I'm going to welcome you to Christmas Eve week, Advent. Today we're going to add the candle of love to hope and peace. readings this month are taken from On Wings of Light by Joan Borisenko and Joan Drescher. The affirmation, I am the beloved child of the Creator. The love of all creation flows through me now. Say it with me. I am the beloved child of the Creator. The love of all creation flows through me now. It is time to wake up and remember who I am. I had fallen asleep to the radiance of my birth. I had forgotten the sweet lullabies of Mother Earth. I had forgotten to go outside in the night, to look in the eyes of Father Sky. It's time to remember once again. I breathe in peace. I breathe out love. The ancient marriage of earth and sky, moon and sea, is once again consummated in the sacred rhythm of my breath. I take time to be awakened. My breath becomes one with the heartbeat of the earth. I am the beloved child of the Creator. I am the child of the one light, a bridge between heaven and earth. When I allow love to cross that bridge, flow across that bridge from me to all creation, and from all creation to me, miracles happen. The love of all creation flows through me now.
So I ask that as you settle into your seats, be aware if there is any tension or stress you brought into this room and blow it out now. And then begin to focus on the balancing of your in-breath and your exhale. I am the beloved child of the Creator. Knowing that anything we say with the words, I am, is very important. I am the beloved child, the precious child, the cherished child of the Creator. The energy that created everything we see, everything we hear, everything we feel, everything we experience. And that energy is divine love. And that love of all creation flows through me now. So as we breathe in, we're breathing in the peace of all creation. And as we breathe out, we're breathing out the love of all creation. And as you are sitting in this place, breathing in and breathing out, I'm going to sing a chant. And I want you to join me as soon as you feel like you can. When I breathe in, I breathe in peace. When I breathe out, I breathe out love. When I breathe in, I breathe in peace. When I breathe out, I breathe in peace. When I breathe out, I breathe out love. When I breathe in, I breathe in peace. When I breathe out, I breathe out love. Breathe in, breathe out. In the silence, in the silence. So I hope you began to feel some of that during the meditation. Because today is all about feeling love. And I will tell you what I said to Voices this morning, this spiritual community is going to get this or bust. Okay? Because we've talked about it for over 20 years. Being love. But to be love in the world, we have to feel it. Some of you have heard me say many, many times, the only rule Jesus ever gave anybody was to love God and love your neighbor as who? Yourself. Therein lies the problem. Because many times we are loving our neighbors as we love ourselves, and we know on a good day sometimes that's not good. That's what this service is about today. Some of you have heard me say that when I leave here on Sunday, I'm usually pretty spent. I've given all that I've got. And then I go home and I sit in the silence with what my next week's topic is going to be, and I say, living, loving Spirit, bring it on in whatever way you need to bring it on. And this week I was gifted going to an event, which was synchronistic, called Spiritual Friends Network. It started about 20 years ago, and it started on the down low, I'll be honest. It started with some Methodists and some Baptists and some Church of Christ women who were doing Reiki, and they didn't want their churches to know. Fancy that. Because they knew they might be kicked out. Seriously, that's how it started. Becky Estorita and myself and a few other people kind of met together, and these people were like, you know, we've been doing this, but if anybody knew we were doing this in the back room, they might not like us. And so we started meeting, and this organization has grown bigger. I know Bonnie comes some. I know Valerie has been a few times. I always go in December, no matter what my calendar looks like, because there is an English professor from Belmont, and actually she's semi-retired. Her name is Robbie Pinter, and she always does an Advent celebration for us that come. And the readings, the sacred readings she did, touched me in a place that the minute I was done, I was, there's my Sunday lesson right there. It's there. It was given to me. It's given to me every week in some form. So what I want you to know is that we are going to be doing, this is going to be participatory. Voices is going to be involved. I have 6 readers that are going to come and read some things. And you're all going to be participating to the level that you want to. Okay? So let me explain what I mean by that. Some of you remember back in the summer we had a novena that we did. It was about prosperity. And it shifted things around here. Not only around here, but with other people and their lives, because they did it for 9 weeks. We're going to do a novena 9 times in here today. And I invite you, when we do it, to not sit on your behind. Because what you are doing, and if you have to, I'm cool with that, okay? But you are asking the love, divine love of all creation to flow through you, okay? And what we are going to be affirming is that not only am I the beloved child, but you are the beloved child. And I ask you to think about not only people in here, but that person that you have a hard time with. We all got one. I got several. So bring them to mind. You are the beloved child, and the we are all beloved children. All of us. Even all those people out there that we put in groups and go, those people. They are too. Because remember, if we don't get this, This is the only thing to get. There's no reason for churches to be. There's no reason for groups of people to come together unless we get this. I was in a meeting yesterday with One Nashville about General Hospital. And I was so honored and blessed to be there because some of our council people were there. And they spoke. Whoa. Just turned me off. I don't know. That's Tony. Testing. Is that on? Did that for a couple weeks ago. Dave, I'm talking through blue now because I just blew a fuse or something. But if any of you have ever heard of John Cooper, he is such a big-hearted man. And some of you may know the General Hospital may close. And he got up and said, at this time of year, if we as the city of Nashville cannot share love with the least of these, we might as well close up the city. Did you get that? So today is about us getting several things. First, I'm a divine child. Second, you, whoever the you is for you, you are a divine child, and then we all are divine children. So I'm going to ask you to stand for novena number 1. And again, if that's not comfortable for you, what I would suggest is you get your spine as straight as you can get it in the chair where you are, because you're going to want the flow of all creation to come through you. Remember, there's something sacred here, and even if you're one of those people that are still thinking this is a little hooey, it's okay. Because this stuff will work no matter what. Isn't that right, Frank? It'll work. Say with me, I am a beloved child of the Creator. The love of all creation flows through me now. You are a beloved child of the Creator. The love of all creation flows through you now. We are beloved children of the Creator. The love of all creation flows through us now. You may be seated. Now, this is the only time you're going to do this during the novenas, but I want you to say something to somebody beside you about what that was like for you. And no, if you by chance don't get a picture, I promise you it's going to come back 9 times. So 2 Sundays ago, we focused on hope and Mary. And I love this picture of the Virgin Mary because the heart within her that you can see. She had to be willing. And again, whether or not you believe the story as it is stated in the Bible, or you believe that this woman was impregnated by somebody here on earth, the life that she had to live could not have been, oh, la la la. Because she knew that giving birth to a child and not being married could mean she would be killed. And she was still willing. I'm not asking you this morning to step into your purpose knowing that you'll be killed. Pam says, yay, thank you. But I want to tell you that some amazing people in our world have done that. Because they believed so fully in what their message was, they did not care if somebody had to kill them. Because they knew it was the truth. I had a conversation with Ryan this morning, and I won't share your conversation, but what I will tell you is many of us in this congregation are being asked to step up in a huge way and speak the truth in places that it does not always feel comfortable. We're not necessarily being shot down with guns, but we might be shot down in other ways. That's what we have to be willing to do right now. The time is now, and it is us. You are the hope. And then last week we talked about Joseph, bless his heart. Again, he had a 9-month pregnant wife riding on a donkey that he was going with. Nobody told us if this journey that we've said yes to is going to have some hard places. It might. My journey, my personal journey, has had some rough spots along the way. But at this point in time, I wouldn't give anything for all of that. Because it brought me right here, right now, where I know 100% that I'm doing every day exactly what God sent me to do. I don't have any question. And then there's this piece about love today. I don't know if you can look at those pictures and not see love. As I said, any of us that have ever had a child or held a child or loved a child, can you imagine looking at that child and not thinking that child was precious? So my first reader, Dan, is going to come and give you some words to chew on for a moment.
God kisses us on the forehead in the morning and lights a holy light inside us. May this season we feel that godly kiss daily as we remember that we live in God's light. Hafiz.
And so what might be different in your world if you remembered every morning that the light is God kissing you on the forehead? I ask voices to come to the stage. And as they come to the stage, we're all going to stand with them and say novena number 2. Some of you heard that and some of you did not. We are going to stand and say novena number 2. I am a beloved child of the Creator. The love of all creation flows through me now. You are a beloved child of the Creator. The love of all creation flows through you now. We are beloved children of the Creator. The love of all creation flows through us now. You may be seated. They can't sit down.
Still today.
me see him. Let me be him in all I do and say. Let that love be born in me. So I asked Crystal to put a light inside of our heart. It's hanging right over there on the wall. This is what we said we were. Ooh, the metronome just went on. Wonder what that is. Jody's having fun. It is. We can't keep him on the beat, can we? But I want to ask you, what would your life be like if you showed up as Christ every day? If you were aware after the light kissed you on the head every morning that it was your job to shine the light no matter where you are, no matter who's standing in front of you. Missy?
You Are the Light by Joyce Wright. There's a star inside of me. She shines there in my heart and waits to be recognized. Darkness tries to scare her off. Ego attempts to ignore her. Business pushes her around. But this wonderful, shining star keeps twinkling, all aglow. She waits to lead me to an unknown meadow, where the truth of who I am will be revealed to me. Shining star, faithful star, when will I follow you? When will I come to the meadow where the truth will set me free?
So I ask you to stand with me again. This is number 3. It should be getting stronger inside you each time we say this. I am a beloved child of the Creator. The love of all creation flows through me now. You are a beloved child of the Creator. The love of all creation flows through you now. We are beloved children of the Creator. The love of all creation flows through us now. You may be seated. So how many of you have animals in your home at all? Look. How many of you are aware that when beings come into your house or your yard, your animals see them first? So it should not surprise us that the manger was full of animals. Because they didn't judge the light. They didn't go and have some conclave and try to decide about whether the light was real or not. They just went towards it. They knew that it was important. And as I've said many times, anytime Jody or Donna Botzer goes through our house, or now Ken Goins, I smell his cigarette smoke before I see anything. But anytime they wander through our house, my animals watch it first. They know. They immediately look. Whoops, I think I'm going too fast. B.
The World-Filling Light by Rabindranath Tagore. Light, my light, the world-filling light, the eye-kissing light, heart-sweetening light. Ah, the light dances, my darling, at the center of my life. The light strikes, my darling, the chords of my love. The sky opens. The wind runs wild. Laughter passes over the earth. The butterflies spread their sails on the sea of light. Lilies and jasmine surge up on the crest of the waves of light. The light is shattered into gold on every cloud, my darling, and it scatters gems in profusion. Mirth spreads from leaf to leaf, my darling, and gladness without measure. The heavens river has drowned its banks, and the flood of joy is abroad.
The flood of joy is abroad. Because as you've noticed through Advent, we started with hope. Hope brings peace. Peace gives us the opportunity to be loved. And love will lead us to joy. So I'm going to ask unity in harmony, whatever y'all are now. Not voices of unity. Unity in harmony. To come to the stage, and as we prepare, I want everyone to stand and say novena number 4 and stay standing as we sing. I am a beloved child of the Creator. The love of all creation flows through me now. You are a beloved child of the Creator. The love of all creation flows through you now. We are beloved children of the Creator. The love of all creation flows through us now. So we are told that the shepherds needed a little more than light to get it. So the angels appeared to them. I want you to think about going out into your backyard or wherever you live, out into an area that has grass and a big host of angels appearing to you and singing. And what you might do. Do you think you would run in and go, ah! Maybe. Or do you think you might listen? Or do you think you might sing along with them? I want you to think about these stories because, hear me, in Unity, we're not just telling the story of a baby being born, we're telling your story. What does it take for you to see the light? I'm going to ask that again. Boom. What does it take for you to see the light? And know that there's no wrong answer here. But this story is such an amazing story. It took everybody something different. It took Mary being willing. It took Joseph taking a woman on a donkey that was 9 months pregnant. It took the shepherds hearing the angels sing. Have you ever thought the animals might be a little smarter than us? You ever thought? Possibly. Sharon? As I told her this morning, some of you may know and some of you may not, we call her the Pope of Unity, since she is of Catholic descent. And we've got her reading the scripture this morning.
This is from Isaiah chapter 9, verses 2 through 7 from the Message. The people walking in darkness have seen a great light. On those living in the land of deep darkness, a light has dawned. You have enlarged the nation and increased their joy. They rejoice before you as people rejoice at the harvest, as warriors rejoice when dividing the spoils. For as in the day of Midian's defeat, you have shattered the yoke that burdens them, the bar across their shoulders, the rod of their oppressor. For unto us a child is born, to us a son is given, and the government shall be upon his shoulders, and she shall be called Wonderful Counselor, Mighty God, Everlasting Father, Everlasting Mother, Prince and Princess of Peace.
So I invite you to stand and join us in novena number 5. Again, pay attention to how this is seating in your body now. I am a beloved child of the Creator. The love of all creation flows through me now. You are a beloved child of the Creator. The love of all creation flows through you now. We are beloved children of the Creator. The love of all creation flows through us now. Stay standing for this.
Angels we have heard on high, sweetly singing o'er the plains, and the mountains in reply, echoing their joyous strains. In excelsis
So here we get to the wise men. And the interesting thing about their story is it's told like they just appeared really quickly, but if they really came from where it says they came from, it took them a while to get there. Know that there is no timetable for you to become the Christ. It takes as long as it takes. You're on the journey whether you know it or not. But at some point in time, you will go, oh, I get this. I know what I'm doing here. I'm on the journey to become the Christ. Know that these affirmations you will see again next week. The one thing that Deb didn't tell you is our youth will be joining us next week as we do our Christmas Eve service. And the youth and our chaplains and some of the teachers from the youth ministry are going to be conducting our 12-hour candle service. That is absolutely lovely. But we're going to do these 3 affirmations. We are told that the wise men brought gold. Gold is the color of understanding, and it is about abundance. And I don't know if you remember this from the New Testament, but Jesus said he came that we might have a life that was abundant. And so I want you to affirm with me, I am here to live an abundant life. Together.
I am here to live an abundant life.
And just see what that feels like. Because that's one of the first gifts that was given to the Christ child. And if you are the Christ child, you are given that gift every day. That you are here to live an abundant life. Second gift was frankincense. Frankincense is about living your life in joy. So the affirmation is, my joy finds expression through the activities in my life. I want you to think about that for a minute. What activities do you do? And are they bringing joy? And do you need to scoochie your activities? That's what I think every time I see that affirmation. What activities do I do that don't feel joyful? And what can I do about that? Is it me? Do I need to bring joy to the activity? Possibly. So, affirm with me. My joy finds expression through the activities in my life. And then there's myrrh. Myrrh is one of those, if you've ever smelled that, it doesn't smell as lovely as some of the other essential oils. I'll just be honest. I like it because I know it was used to help people make the transition from this body to the next. That's what it was used for. And so myrrh is about eternal life, knowing that it's not all about this right here. We're connected to something much greater. So I want you to hear this. I let go of the past. Those of you that have got your fingernails dug in to whatever it might be right now, need to let that go. Because the past could be what happened yesterday, what happened 20 years ago. So I let go of the past. I accept the ability to choose what now? Peace. Because peace is always available in this present moment. It's when I'm thinking about the past or worried about the future that I can't breathe into peace. So affirm with me, I let go of the past. I accept the ability to choose peace now. I think we need to do that one again. Do it with gusto. Ready? I let go of the past. I accept the ability to choose peace now. And so the next thing you're going to see is this candle in the darkness, which is what each of us are asked to be. Pam?
Here is from what friendship with our dearest companion, our holiest God, is like. In it, intimacy is always possible and cannot be stopped, except on our side, for God is always open to us. So let us close the door on our worldly calendars and deadlines and live instead in the paradise with the God of love. We don't have to be mystics to accomplish this communion. We only need to focus on God with our will. That's all. It is our own choice, and because God loves us, we can do this. St. Teresa Avila.
Did you hear those words? Because God loves me, I can do this. Because God loves you, I can do this, you can do this. Because God loves all of us, I want you to think for a minute the part of all of us that you're questioning in this moment. Because I know we all are. Because God, the Creator, loves all of us, we can do this. That's the hope. But we have to hold on to it. We in unity know that our thoughts create our world, but then we go off thinking, oh, those people are nasty. God loves all of us, even the ones that we have labeled nasty. Can you breathe that in? And in that moment, that's how we know love. Because I'm love, you're love, and we're all love. So I'm going to ask voices to come to the stage. As they do, I'm going to ask everyone to stand. And we're going to do novena number 6 together. I am a beloved child of the Creator. The love of all creation flows through me now. You are a beloved child of the Creator. The love of all creation flows through you now. We are beloved children of the Creator. The love of all creation flows through us now. You may be seated. You may keep standing.
It was an ordinary day in an ordinary town, but there was nothing ordinary as the heavens came down. Who would have thought this tiny presence could change the course of history? And this holy child fulfilled his destiny. Sometimes I wonder if he knew the pain he would go through, but how the life he lived each day would help others find their way from a humble stall. This holy child was the greatest gift of all.
your love. The difference in Unity and some of the other churches this morning is they're focusing on this one person fixing it all. We're focusing on you fixing it all. Let your love, because you are birthing the Christ right now. You are riding on the donkey. You are walking with Mary. You're doing the whole thing. And it is your love that is the hope of the world. It is your love that is the peace that we've been looking for. It is your love. Deb?
This is your story. You are the Holy Child. The hope, the peace, the love, the joy of all creation. And when you remember and align with love's energy, you can't help but become happy, joy-filled. It is the energy of all creation. Someday, after mastering the winds, the waves, the tides, and gravity, we shall harness for God the energies of love. And then, for a second time in the history of the world, man will have discovered fire. Pierre Teilhard de Chardin.
So I'm going to ask each of you to stand again. This is novena number 7. We're getting close. Are you feeling like the Christ child yet? I am a beloved child of the Creator. The love of all creation flows through me now. You are a beloved child of the Creator. The love of all creation flows through you now. We are beloved children of the Creator. The love of all creation flows through us now. You may be seated. As the power of divine love, we are bringing joy to the planet. We are bringing happiness back to the planet, joy to the world. The Lord is come, let earth receive her King.
And
to the point in our service for our sacred walk of abundance. And our affirmation this morning is going to be novena number 8. So before you stand up, I ask you to take your tithes and offerings in your hand and stand up with them, because what I will tell you is part of sharing love in the world is about time, talents, and treasures. Now, let me say this, even if you're not putting something in this bowl over here, you need to walk. Because what you're doing after you affirm this novena is that you are willing, as a force for good, to share your time, your talents, and your treasures in this world. And you will get a copy of the novena just in case you didn't get it on your phone. Okay? So, I am a beloved child of the Creator. The love of all creation flows through me now. You are a beloved child of the Creator. The love of all creation flows through you now. We are beloved children of the Creator. The love of all creation flows through us now. And before we affirm it one last time, I'm going to tell you that if you do something for 21 days, psychologists will tell you it becomes a habit. So I'm asking you to do this for 21 days, and we will be ooching into the new year. Our theme, if you were not here for our last community meeting here, next year is building a legacy of love. So we need to get this before the first of the year. Gotcha? So you got about 21 days to get this and understand that your love and everybody here is love and everybody out there, no matter who they are love. Are you ready? I am a beloved child of the Creator. The love of all creation flows through me now. You are a beloved child of the Creator. The love of all creation flows through you now. We are beloved children of the Creator. The love of all creation flows through us now. And so it is.
I have a feeling I'm going to resonate all week with this idea that I'm a beloved child of the Creator. What a fantastic thing to take with us. Let's stand together and join hands and sing.